Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more of Animal Crossing for the Gamecube. We're currently chilling on the 9th of March at a nice tasty 10 PM. Now, if you remember last time, I believe, at the time before that, we said it was kind of rush hour in terms of, ooh, okay, we should probably go straight to Nooks. But also, it's not February anymore, so, hello, oh, you're not Voyage, you're just a regular Gyroid, I forget. I would like to store this February ticket, given it's not February. Maybe we save it for next year, maybe we give it to Nook, who knows. But yeah, so request process may be further assistance, not for now. But yes, no, so if you remember like last episode and the episode before that to a point, basically, we came to the conclusion that in order to have our home loan like fully nice and paid off, we need to start not paying off our loan, basically, save up and gamble it on turnips, depending on how it is. Because, yeah, we're kind of running out of time. I believe the event, basically, that allows us to glitch into the beta map, if we pay off our thing on that day, is like 11 days away. So expect a few more frequent uploads, but right now, this episode's kind of rush time. Like, we've burnt away a few days. Sunday's around the corner, though, and the idea is basically this episode, and like a bit of going into the turnip episode, if we're able to record it super HRA, I don't care. But basically, we're going to be making money up to the wire, buying turnips, and then praying we can turn an extremely high profit. And if that works out, we are ideally set to pay off our loan. And we'll have a quick check-in. And nah, I thought KK that was for a sec, but my eyes were playing tricks on me. But that said, you're not open right now, so there's a reason why I was crying stuff full. But this is go time, basically. We need to be ready, and this is our first load of ammunition we're dropping out here, you could say. Like, everything we're throwing out here is like, it's for a reason, you know? So obviously Nook is shut at the minute as it's late, which kind of leaves us in a nice little spot to do some fishing to try and make some of that extra cash. Obviously running into fossils and stuff, that's how it is. We currently have 2 pieces of paper. We'll check the police station and dump. For anything extra, 3-ball shirt, yeah, I definitely don't want you. Kind of forget how little space there is, considering I planted that many flowers around here. I am still quite baffled at that, actually. So if that's everything, we'll go check the dump, see if there's any extra paper, you know, pick it up. Fossils will be our main money maker, but they're fine out. We need to make that extra few thousand, although the orchard's looking nice, but I do need to do like some quick mathematics over there, as and when we get there. So this stuff's here. I do want to save this from the dump. No paper. And we'll check the police station as well. Then, kind of our basic stuff we'll go dump near Nooks, and then we can spend the rest of our episode filling up our pockets with fish. We do need to do a bit of maths on the orchard, because in case you were also unaware, a bit of context. But basically, we got ourselves a cherry, very luckily, very, very luckily, from an NPC interaction. And basically, I want to run the maths. So today's currently Thursday. Basically, will those cherry trees have fully grown cherries by Sunday? So you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Something's telling me no, so I don't want to plant them, if that makes sense. So, actually, without further ado, we'll shake these off then. Basically, my thought process was, I hadn't done it before, because I kept thinking today was Wednesday when it wasn't. But my thought process basically boiled down to, okay, if I plant these, like every single one, and then the trees here grow back, and then all the new trees grow and have cherries on, I triple my profit, but can't do that. So best we can do is shake these, leave it on the ground, and then come back next episode and harvest them again. If each of them sells for 500, how much does that secure us? So 1.5k, 3,000, 6,000, 12,000, okay. Of course, if we were to expand that, bit better, but I don't want to go too ham in on it for the reasons I've listed previously, that mainly being, oh my god, it would be a nightmare to transfer stuff back and forth. And anyway, tall spluntoid, not the fossils I'm looking for, but it's all the same. Again, I'm kind of half holding out hope that if we do start finding a lot of fossils this episode, we can just get paper by some miracle, because again, in order to get those fossils sold for next time on the Sunday morning, we kind of need, well, you know, we need paper, so it can be sent away and analysed. Again, we could technically play tomorrow if we wanted. And you don't have any lost items. Okay, well. To fish we shall. Now, that was English. Perfect English. But yeah, we'll go drop off those t-shirts in front of Nooks as well. And that's kind of our prep work done. The rest of this episode, we're just going to spend fishing. which I understand may be a bit underwhelming to some of you, but like, if you remember the early days of this series, which is like coming on like 30 whole episodes ago now, you remember the anticipation about us having that dedicated fishing episode, and I was excited for it. And so yeah, we're gonna dedicate this episode to fishing because other money-making methods are just kind of gonna arise via us roaming the town anyway. We need to like drill in on every little bit of cash we can. So by filling out our inventory of how many spaces? That's 7, 10, 12 spaces. Up to 13 if we find 2 fossils and kind of do some tomfoolery with them. And basically, that's where we're at. And that's like the scheme. So we may as well set to work. I obviously don't know the value of every fish in the game, which is a bit of an issue. Because obviously, if I knew something, you know, if I had the ability to trade things that I knew were for higher value, I would. But the only time I've ever gone out of my way to memorize stuff like that was in New Leaf with the Bug Island. It's like, I think the Miagma Stag sold for the least, so I'd always ditch that in favour of the stuff that sold for more than, you know, only a measly 3.5 thousand. Which is like, so spoiled, but it's kind of the attitude I need when I'm running on, you know, what is essentially like 11, I think the Sports Festival is March 20th, so like, we really need to be, oh, you can't throw it back in. Appreciate the environmental message, but damn you, I will have to take that to the dump. First time I've actually taken something there, I think. Oh well, at least I know that doesn't sell for anything. You know, we got the value of one thing, at least something we know we can easily dump. But come on, give me something proper this time, fish, right? You know? Okay, I need to remember to sit up straight. I'm making a conscious effort to do that today, so my spine's a bit nicer. If you guys are interested on the Mattress Saga, don't ask, things are going down to the wire. All I'll say is that yeah, my great financial decisions are the sole reason that I'm recording this, and not an episode of Persona 5 at the minute. I wish I was joking. But yeah, no, stuff will be explained in due time, but that said, speaking of due time, I kind of forget this rock's here, so there's a chance that this is the fabled money rock we've been looking for. Pretty please. Oh, yo! And we dug the holes! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my word, oh my molasses, if you will. Damn you, I missed the last one. But still, you want to talk about making money, you look out on the money rock. And also, based off my assumption, I will assume that the money rock does just stay in one place from here on. But, oh, okay, a bit of instant cash. Probably the only instant cash we're going to see this episode, unless a villager wants to give us an extortionate amount of money for a fish. I mean, oh, that is another thought. You know, if we ever want to get into money making, we'll see. Like, I'm just thinking sending villagers, really cheap things. Letters that basically cost us nothing, and then hoping that what they send us back is greater in value. Bit scummy, but it's a method. Either way, we found the money rock now, so we don't have to worry on well, not worry, but you know what I mean. We don't have to like sweat over banging every single rock. We only got to pull it out when we see a fossil, which just increases our efficiency. Like finishing this episode with a full inventory of fish, and ideally, again, 2 fossils found. More would be nice for future fundraising, but you know. I mean, obviously, no, finding extra fossils this episode isn't technically the end of the world. It just means we can't put it into turnips, if that makes sense. Because whereas turnips can be a bit more of a springboard, we can just technically add them to the total, because it's a few days after. It's like, aha! Don't have to hit you with a shovel. Because I know that you ain't what I'm looking for. It's like, sounds mean, but it's true. Oh, we could find the shiny spot as well. I really should search every inch of this town. Obviously not here. I'm gonna say, it's very weird picking up the Gamecube Animal Crossing, though. Again, I think I said this, but like in episode 1, but the fact I'd never played this before was always something that was like, I should get around to it. I mean, I did have a time I played for like 3 days when I first got the game. And funnily enough, I was mentioning that before, and I mean, like I said, we're fishing. We can turn our brains off a little. You guys probably haven't ever heard of this story, and I think it happened while I was on YouTube, but it was back when as weird as it sounds, over the years I've become a lot more open with the stories as I'll say in a video, whereas earlier I wouldn't say as many, I'd stick strictly to the game. Which you'd think would be the inverse. YouTubers have been known to become a bit more, oh, I know you self or what, thank you Pocket Camp. Anyway, I've stopped saying things like that. Yes, you do, but you can't help it, you're in this game now. But yeah, no, over the years I've actually told more stories in videos compared to less. I've been a bit more open with things than I was in the beginning, whereas most YouTubers kind of close have been very being doxed or like saying something they shouldn't, which is like, maybe I will do that one day, but I'm kind of happy about the fact I can just kind of open my mouth and go yada yada yada, you know, etc etc. And yeah, but I probably would have told this back in the day, but obviously I got a GameCube for Christmas a few years ago, and it didn't come with Animal Crossing. It was an eBay bundle, didn't come with Animal Crossing, did come with World Tour, Catwoman, Sega Soccer, I think, and like some other games. And over the year, I've not bought a lot for it. I'm half debating buying the Zelda collection. Also, can I go in here? Or is that... No, it's forbidden unless it's the special week. Yeah, curse you. I mean, I've always thought of buying a few more games, but it's never got much use until this series. This series has easily just been the most use this has got out of it. Only games I bought after that, like, initial Christmas present for my mum and dad, though, were Resident Evil original, for a live stream idea, because that hasn't ever been ported to PC, I believe, and this, Animal Crossing. So, yeah, it's not seeing much use. But I remember when I got Animal Crossing, I was like, oh, this is it, you know, I'm a proper Animal Crossing fan. I'm playing the original on original hardware, not emulated. Because way before that, actually, when I referred to, like, the town, I gotta say, comparison-wise, these guys let go of the line a lot quicker than you'd expect. But, yeah, no, this is even older history. I entirely forgot that one. We'll stick to the current one first. Basically, I was like, you know, it was coming in the post, basically, and it was at the end of the year. So I got my Gamecube Christmas, had my Christmas money, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy me Animal Crossing. You fill the gap. So, I did. I think it was off eBay or CEX. It was one of the two. Kind of hard to differentiate the difference. Please don't sue me, CEX. So CEX are a good store in all honesty. But we have fun. We have fun. But yeah, basically it was the end of the year. So I got it December 25th. I think I ordered it the next day, or the day after. But we went away. Like I think just because of Christmas things, we were visiting someone, and I think we came back on the 30th in the evening. And much to my horror, they tried to deliver it, and the post office was shut for the next few days. And mind you, I was like, I think it's been 5 years ago now. Like, it was a while ago, but I was definitely doing Neremik at the time. Like, I wish I made a video more, like, I can remember more to the time to pinpoint the exact year, but I can't. But I just remember getting it, and it was like, actually, no, I can. If I go on my Instagram and I didn't delete the post, I should be able to find, so we'll go a bit investigating. But yeah, no, I just remember getting it, and like, there was a card in the door saying, we tried to deliver it, you gotta pick it up from the depot, or we'll re-deliver. But of course, the next day was New Year's Eve, so they didn't deliver then. And the post office shut early, and then well, that's New Year's Day. So it was like, I was there and I was like, gosh, we've got to wait 2 more days for my game. Ugh. And like, they tried to deliver it, and I was really annoyed because it would have fit through the post box and it would have fit in the porch. But it's like, just for the record, you know, it's like, just hint, Royal Mail. Yeah, I remember being super annoyed about it because it's like, I got 2 days, like 2 more days to play this, and I realistically played it for 3 days and like never again. But yeah, that was a few years ago. That it's just something that always stuck in my head because it's like, I was like more annoyed back then than I would have been now about it, even though now I'm definitely more likely to have actually played the game, if that makes sense. Those weird stories. And yeah, no, the time I played on, I literally have no memory of. I don't remember any of the villages or anything. Just remember hopping on and kind of going. But yeah, no, earlier to that though, on my first YouTube channel, I did do an emulator playthrough of this. And that, again, only lasted a few episodes. Like, this is the first, I'd say, proper go at the game I've had. Again, I entirely forgot that. Of course, the issue with time is that, over time, I've forgotten partial details about my first channel. So kind of by saying them in video, like, even if I forget it, I might stumble across this one in years to come for later. And it's like, oh yeah, that did happen. It's like, jogs your memory almost. It's like, yeah, you know, I did do that Let's Play back then. Which sounds like a really weird thing, but in case you're unaware, most of those videos were deleted, and Google Plus, which would have been the only archive for me to check, like every video I posted, shut down before I had the idea to check Google Plus for what videos I posted, which was yeah, nice going. So yeah, like I said, passively over time, like pretty much every single video from my first channel, bar those still up, or that I found for my 300 sub special, gone, nada, 0. There might be like 1 complete on an SD card somewhere that I forgot about, but generally, you know. So yeah, I've entirely forgot about that almost. But yeah, one of those like quirky stories where it's like, you know, it's just, of course that would happen, you know. That said, that fish is rather small. I kind of want to keep farming for red snappers. Like, something's telling me that may be our moneymaker. Like, what are you? Again, something's telling me loaches don't suppose it's Hylian, do you? I forget that these games are made by the same company. You know, I was mulling over that Zelda collection purchase, because I think it comes with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but on a Gamecube, which is something I already have an adapter for. Like, I'm aware I could play the 3D versions, but that requires either a 3DS emulator again, which, no. We always could talk about the New Leaf series if we really wanted to get into awkward channel history. Or, I don't know. Yes, I'm tempted to get it, though, if I end up enjoying Wind Waker. I'm told based off my preferences that like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask will be Zelda games I like more, but on the contrary, Breath of the Wild's been sat on my desk for years and I need to get around to playing that too. Also, wow, we are really hitting like every landmark in the town that will give us cash. Like, we are on it, honestly. We ballin'. Like, it was go time and oh boy, we went to go to... Shit. Should have thought about that. Money tree. Money tree. Look, I know we wouldn't do it because I like consider money trees to be a tiny bit cheaty. But like, you know, in theory, money tree potentially to get to our goal if we're really pushing it. And like, I'm really hesitant to mess with money trees because I never understood the mechanic properly. I think like 10k is the most you can go to where it's guaranteed to triple your money. Then after that, it's like a bit of a gamble. So you gotta like get all these different strategies ongoing and stuff. Oh my god, that texture is horrible. Actually, while we're here, we'll go mail these. No, run button also being the pickup button. Also, that is more than just an empty can though. But you know, one texture spits all. I could appreciate 2001 Nintendo for being lazy. Still had more effort put into it than my university games do. I will say as much. Anyway, hello Phyllis, I got 2 letters for you. I know I could have more, but yeah, get these guys off. You know, we are really gonna have like I like to think a decent payday next episode. Look, I'm filling out our pockets with stuff I know is gonna be worth it. I think is for the best. Although that said, I think sea basses and loaches, if I get the chance to replace them with something I think is a marginal bit more valuable, I will. Because something inside me, something deep inside me is telling me, yeah, no. Yeah. They ain't the most valuable things in the world. Because, like, loaches are small, so if you go off, like, the real world thing, of course the bigger fish are going to cost more. Like, what would charge you more? A goldfish or a shark? Like, I'm sure there's logistics, someone will be more than happy to lecture me in the comments, but it's like, I think size matters, I think rarity matters, which loaches and sea basses are both renowned for not having. And then, red snappers, I'm purely in the wheelbarrow for based off Pocket Camp, like, highly valuing them as such. But given how that also values things, so long as they haven't changed the price over the years, you know, I don't know how the red snapper economics in Animal Crossing have gone, but it's like, oh, well, you know, not much better, but, I think people eat carp, so, you know, it's a restaurant value there. I mean, actually, there was a recent MapApp video that calculated the cost of a bell, so, like, how much would someone pay for a carp in a restaurant? Like, a whole carp? Like, no, usually they divvy it up, and then it's like, what, £7 a meal, we'll say. So it's like, how many servings do you get out of one carp in a restaurant? Like, 4? So, like, technically, you're getting £28 out of that carp, and obviously it's divided up, so if we got, like, 5, it's like 20 quid a person, and that's the restaurant profiting, so, like, if you account for profit margins, like, 50% to be generous, that's, like, £10. If I remembered what the actual value of a bell was from that game theory video, I could make an estimate on how much a carp actually is. yes, this is... and people watch this series, which astonishes me. Like, I can't think of many people off the top of my head that would willingly watch or listen to a discussion like that and go, yes, more of that, please. But, you know, I appreciate you all being here all the same, because... I mean, I'm just astonished there's people that will, oh, you're a thick one, and again, my restaurant economics would say that you fetch a nice price. If I can get your attention, you're gonna turn to, like, you might be worthless, but, something's telling me he's got a bit of a zest to him, that one. We will do when he's served. It's got really dark, but you know, it's like, gotta get your fish from somewhere. It's gonna be Inaba. Town renowned for fishing and nothing else. Are you a loach? No, you're a dace, okay. Well, considering you're the first one I caught all episode, I'll let you live on account of maybe you're worth something, I don't know. Maybe you're rare in this game. It's like, I'm not sure. Like, how have the prices for fish changed in Animal Crossing over the years? Truly an economic question for the ages. It's like, I do wonder. It's like, will it be super similar to how I recall it in Pocket Camp, which I hate as the fact my most exposure to fish. At least that I'll be catching commonly and not with like some specified... Of course you're a loach. I should have known from the fish size. But in Pokemon Full, should I swap it? Nope. Let it go. Bye-bye. Like, you know, I think red snappers are our best bet, but even still, we are coming to Oh, you're long. Get on my fishing rod. Oh, he was speedy there. Also, my controller, like, faintly vibrated when he did that. Does this controller have built-in rumble that I've just never realised? Oh, your pockets are full. I got just the thing for you. It's a little-known thing known as a loach. And we, like, I'm sorry, I was really intending to, okay, can't make it. How do I get rid of you? Oh. Right, well, that wasn't the intention. Be free, my son. So long. You will not be missed. Okay, so we just got to press B to back out, and then that does that. Animation's so funny to me. It's like, I'm easily amused, if you couldn't tell. Oh, I forget. I forgot the layout of my own town. And yeah, going that way is like the longer way to the thing, so may as well stick near the river, because we're coming to time. But yeah, no, see if we can siphon out a few loaches with some proper fish. It's like, I could just look up a price guide, but I mean, like, I'd have to individually Google it, because, or at least at the very minimum, I'd be control F-ing, which is like, nah. Let's just leave my economics up in the air, and if one of you is at the screen screaming, like, no! Loaches are the best value for money fish in the whole game. It's like, I'm sorry. Although, personal trade-off here. Just gonna have a be-free moment. And then, should we be releasing, like, them into the ocean? Because then it's funnier. That sounds really fucked up. Okay, and what are you? Ooh. I don't possibly can't ship it, but glad I've got it on hand. You know, means more respawn for next episode. We get a bit more of a kickback, even if, again, we can't pump it directly into turnips. Oh, goodness, those cherries are going to be a nightmare to transport next time. But, all-important turnip price. I just hope it's low. If it isn't, like, we're kind of getting destroyed. It's one of those things where I kind of have to wishfully think it'll be low, because the alternative is me just being, to be frank, horrified. I think things do ride on that this Sunday's episode. So do tune in, because it will be very interesting. I'm not going to give anything away in the title or thumbnail, you know, fingers crossed, and we're hoping for the future there. But it's like, I'm not going to give anything immediately away, but, you know, I think my reaction if things go wrong would be rather funny. Alright, I think you'll be the last fish we catch for the episode. I don't think you're a loach, so trade-off should be rather delicious. What are you going to be? I'm going to bet carp again. Ooh, straight on, I didn't even think submersion. Ooh. I've got a bass. If I can catch a drummer, maybe I'll form a band. But because of full, what should I swap it for something else? You should swap it. And, of course, are we out of loaches? Okay, we're not out of loaches, but for the sake of being fair, I'm going to release a sea bass, and yeah, okay. Cool. Bit weird how they managed that, but in the end, all was fair. Either way, that is our pockets full of fish, which I assume will net us at least a decent enough payday. Everything's lined up outside of nooks, cherry tree's been shaken. Generally, in terms of prep work we can do, this is about the best. So yes, thank you for joining me on my little fish rambles, and I think, on that note, I'm going to end this one here. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It all helps it a bunch. It lets me know you want to see more of this, and all that good stuff. But until next time, all said and all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.